Last year, an unheard of British game from Microprose became a surprise hit here in America. Nobody saw XCOM UFO Defense coming, and all of a sudden, nobody could put it down. Now, Microprose continues the invasion with Terror from the Deep.
More missions, more aliens, and more valiant soldiers for you to lead into almost certain death. XCOM actually made me enjoy getting my ass kicked, and Terror from the Deep extends that masochism into a new game.
At the end of the first XCOM game, you wiped out the aliens' base on Mars.
You should have known by then that these guys don't give up that easily.
An energy beam was released from the dying base. Its target, Earth's oceans.
It seems your alien buddies had a contingency plan. Hordes of aliens lying in stasis on the ocean floor. Before long, they're up to their old tricks again, which means it's time for you to get back into the action.
The game itself hasn't really changed at all with this sequel. Like before, you start off in the Geoscope. This is a rotatable view of the Earth. Here you will establish floating XCOM bases and keep an eye out for alien activity.
The first time you see aliens, they will probably be tooling around in a flying sub. Once you spot one, you send out an intercept ship to take it down. If you're successful in crashing the sub, you get to send out a squad to investigate.
As opposed to XCOM's land-based battles, the crash sites in Terror from the Deep are underwater. Again, this doesn't change gameplay very much, but it gives the game a new look and some new scenery.
There's actually quite a bit more animation on the battlefield now. Bubbles float up from your diving suits, and projectile weapons like harpoon guns leave wakes in the water when fired. And hey, aquamarine!
Kind of a bold-fashioned statement, isn't it?
Hey, the aliens can wear gold rayon jumpsuits if they want, as long as they let me kill them.
Naturally, the aliens in Terror from the Deep will be of a slightly different breed than those of XCOM. This means you'll have new friends to get to know, and you'd better do it quickly.
Getting to know people is more than just neighborly. It'll save your life. Putting your scientists to work on alien corpses you recover from missions does two things for you. First, it can lead you to more effective weapons, and it also lets you see some good artwork of some really disgusting creatures.
With the change of location, you'll be dealing with new equipment. Most of this stuff is the functional equivalent of the gear you used in XCOM, but you'll still have to learn what weapon works best in different situations.
You also have to consider where you're fighting. The alien sub-crashes take place on the ocean floor, but the more difficult terror missions can take place on land or on a ship. Some of your equipment isn't designed for use above the waves, so you'll have to outfit your squad carefully.
Terror from the Deep is a terrific game, but players looking for something radically new will be in for a bit of a letdown. All aspects of gameplay are pretty much identical to XCOM. This is just a group of new missions and new graphics.
I'm not a big supporter of this trend of releasing sequels with the same game engines as their predecessors. I thought that's what mission discs were for. Terror from the Deep is a worthy purchase, but why do they have to turn it into a whole separate game?
If you're an XCOM veteran, Terror from the Deep is exactly what you need for good alien bashing fun. All the excitement, danger, and addictive gameplay of XCOM is here.
Novices may want to play UFO Defense before jumping into Terror from the Deep, just because they'll enjoy continuing on to the sequel. Microprose hasn't changed the game much, but there's not that much that needed changing. Terror from the Deep is first-class entertainment, a strategy game to be reckoned with.